Hi everyone, it's Dr. Nonnie here. You're very welcome to another Dr. Nonnie interview. And then we are now in the month of August, and I have a very august visitor for you, a president, no less for you, Dr. Itua Iriogbe. Itua, welcome.
Thank you so much, Nonnie, for having me here.
Yeah, so Itua is actually my former classmate from medical school. So we go back way, 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 many decades. And but I'm not here. We're not having a high school or whatever. It's university reunion today. He's here as part of his role as the president of the Canadian Association of Nigerians Physicians and Dentists. So that's a bit of a mouthful. Like I had to practice saying this. It's such a long title, Itua. We're going to shorten this, okay? So Itua is basically CANPAD president. And you may ask, what is CANPAD? So CANPAD is an organization here in Canada. And I'm going to let Itua tell you about CANPAD. But before he delves into CANPAD and all things CANPAD, which I know is his baby and his passion, Itua, tell us about yourself. So those of us who've left you in Idiaraba and then we all went our separate ways before we met again in CANPAD, how have the intervening years been for you? What's been happening with Itua?
Yeah, thank you so much, Dr. Nonnie, for having me here. Well, since we left Medelag, I went to South Africa and I spent about 10 years or thereabout in South Africa, where I
Mm.
specialized in family medicine. I had my master's in family medicine from University of Pretoria, did my fellowship also in family medicine, and then I moved over to Canada around 2011, 2012 or thereabout.
Okay.
And I've been a family physician here in Canada, you know, went into occupational medicine and disability medicine. Basically, that's the academic route I decided to follow.
Mm. Mm.
Yep.
Yes, and I see you've done really well for yourself because you have so many fellowships. I was like, if I read out the fellowships, the interview time will be over. But I must do justice to my guest and read out a few. So he has one coming up in November, which is a fellow of the College of Family Physicians of Canada. That's a very important accolade. He's also a fellow of the American College of Independent Medical Examiners, and that was from 2019. He's a fellow of the Canadian Board of Occupational Medicine, fellowship of the College of Family Physicians of South Africa, fellowship of the American College of Occupational and Environmental Medicine, certified supervisor of the audiometric monitoring program. And of course, he has his MPH in public health, occupational and environmental health of Tulane, Louisiana. He's also a certified medical independent medical examiner. What does that mean? Okay, we'll ask you that later. Certificate College of Family Physicians of Canada. That's a CCFP, which I have anyway. So I got one thing in common. What,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
one, just one. And a merit award by the Canadian Board of Occupational Medicine. And he's the recipient of the Alberta Newcomer Recognition Award for Small Community Development 2022. And obviously he has his CFPC Environmental Health Award recipient 2020, recognition of excellence award by the Alberta College of Family Physicians, and is the first Canadian physician to be awarded the fellowship of the American Board of Independent Medical Examiners. I mean, the list goes on and on. I'm going to stop now. I think I need to drink water. But I mean, this is such wonderful accolades. I mean, I really have to clap for you. Well done. I can't believe I was in the same class with someone like this. What was I doing in the lectures? I didn't get all these accolades. So you have to tell me the secret off air so I can join you in this high ranking. But we are proud of you, the CMUL. We celebrate you. You're one of us. And
Thank
we're
you.
very proud of you. And now you are leading also, this is not just the CMUL, you're leading all the Canadian physicians of Nigerian origin in Canada. So tell us about CANPAD. What's CANPAD about?
Well, as you rightly said, CANPAD stands for the Canadian Association of Nigerian Physicians and Dentists. So basically, it's an umbrella body that looks after the affairs of Nigerian physicians and dentists. And it's a forum for networking, it's a forum for advocacy, it's a forum for integration also of IMGs into the Canadian healthcare system. And we also have other programs in place, which probably we're going to discuss later on, but really is the melting point for anybody that's of Nigerian extraction that wants to get more integrated into the Canadian health system. It also recognizes other allied healthcare professionals, such as pharmacists, nurses. They can also be associate members of CANPAD. So it's not just for physicians and dentists only.
Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know that they could. I was wondering whether they had their own body, so they could actually be associates and all that. Are they allowed to attend CANPAD events?
They have the same privilege as CANPAD members, except they don't have a voting right. That's the
Oh,
only
I
thing they don't
see.
have. Exactly. Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So of course, we just had a CANPAD meeting. I'm also a CANPAD member, you know. And so
Yes.
we had a CANPAD meeting in Manitoba, Winnipeg. Oh, sorry, Winnipeg, Manitoba, should I say? And it was actually very good. I was really impressed. It's my second event to attend, and it's the first under your full presidency. Because the first one last year, you were just taking over the reins, weren't you? So it's the first one I can say you sort of led. So again, another round of applause. So you have to give me money for paracetamol after this. All this clapping I'm doing.
I will do that.
You send me money for Tylenol after. So this is really amazing because we enjoyed. I brought my family, some of my family members, and we enjoyed being in Winnipeg. I was very, very impressed by the organization. So the LOC, I'm going to put a photo of them at the end of this video. So shout out to them because I know they did the groundwork, but you were there early. You even lost your bag, I think. And you had to get in there early and make sure everything was going well. So well done. That's another, feather to your cap. So those CANPAD conferences, we get stimulated. We learn. Our families relax with us as well. And I really picked up something about research. This instead of stirred up my research buttons. I'm thinking of what to do along those lines. So I think the aim was achieved for me. What you as an exco, how do you feel that it went?
Well, we're quite glad that it went very well. Every year we try to improve on our annual conference, and kudos to, like what you said, the LOC. They did a lot of the groundwork in ensuring that the conference went very well. Also, a lot of a team of volunteers behind the scene that people don't know about, who also did a lot of work. And of course, the ESCO members who spend hours and hours, late into the night to ensure communication, programs, projects, are put in place. So it is really a team effort to get it to that stage. And we're actually having a debrief later on today. That's why I said another meeting to talk about what happened, what went well, where are the gaps, what we need to do, going forward. So overall, I think we felt quite satisfied that we had a very wonderful conference in Winnipeg, and we're looking forward to Edmonton 2025.
Yeah, that's true. We're looking for Edmonton. And can I ask you, so how many Nigerian physicians do we have practicing in Canada who are CANPAD members, for example?
Well, so that figure changes every year. So when we talk about CANPAD members, paid CANPAD members, those who pay the annual dues, I think this year we have about between 350 to 400 members paid. But overall, have about 2,000 to about 3,000 Nigerian physicians currently based in Canada. And some of them, they are part of CANPAD, even though they are not paid members. So there's a difference there in terms of their affiliations. But they are aware of CANPAD, and they also try to be part of the events that we do.
Right, right. So what is your goal for, getting more people involved? I think that's what, because I heard about CANPAD even before I came to Canada. One of the things that a doctor wife actually was the person who was so excited about CANPAD and said to me, "Oh, when you come, you're going to attend CANPAD." I was like, "What is CANPAD?" So she told me she just told me how much fun it was, and I was really looking forward to it. But when I came, I didn't go initially because some personal reasons. So the one I attended was really, really good. And, I really felt like I wanted to keep attending. And it was so nice to see the children as well going for conference with their parents. So now Chidi wants to be a doctor. We'll watch this space.
That's good.
But yeah, so what is your aim? Why do we keep having these events and this, is it just for Parakbo and to say hello, how are you? What's the aim? What are you guys
We're actually following on the ideology laid down by the founding fathers. Why they started CANPAD 22 years ago was basically to create a forum where we'll come and network, a family event for Nigerian physicians and their family. That was the first plan they had. Then later on, they started to add the CME component to it because doctors will be away for a weekend, and it's always good for them to have that CME points, right, in terms of continuing medical education. So they put that in place. So we'll be having that event every year since then. And the event you're talking about coming to the annual event is something that happens every year. But we are trying to change that narrative because it's not possible for us to just meet once a year. So we are, to address your question in terms of the plans we have going forward, is we have been trying to take CANPAD to the community. And that means we're getting involved in being exhibitors at conferences. So we've been at FMF, we're going to be at FMF this year, also in Vancouver. We've been at Primate. We've been to about 3 or 4 conferences, and we've met with Nigerian physicians as well as other allied healthcare professionals. And we try to recruit members through that means, because that is one of the fastest ways to actually get to meet them. because some of them may not be able to come to our conferences because of cost, because of other commitments also. So far, we are making progress along those lines. And the other programs we're doing, which probably I will talk about later on, but if you want to talk about it now, we're talking about the mentorship and observership program, where we're trying to help IMGs get integrated into Canada. And we had the first one in Edmonton, in person. We meant to have one next week or so, Manitoba virtual meeting. So there are programs like that taking place in all the provinces where CANPAD, we try to engage with our local physicians, promote CANPAD, but at the same time actually help them to integrate into the Canadian healthcare system.
I mean, it all sounds very laudable. I'm just asking myself, why are you doing all this? You sound very busy. Why on earth are you taking all this extra work? It just sounds to me like there's so much to do and so many people to help. Why? It's not a very Nigerian thing to be altruistic. We're always thinking of what is it in it for me. That's how, as a Nigerian, society, we think. So how much are we paying you for this job you're doing?
We're all volunteers. So I think I mentioned this.
Another clap. Look, this time, money is getting more. This is amazing. Well done.
We're all volunteers. We have missed calls. I have had to give out my calls, missed clinic days and all that, because of, some of those programs. But I think in terms of, why are you doing it? I think it's a passion to actually see other people develop, to actually see other people get integrated into the system, to meet the needs of those people, because it's not everything that can be measured in money. But when you hear people talk about, hey, listen, we attended this conference, we met this person at the conference, or we got into observership through your program, to us, that really is a satisfaction we actually derive from the fact that we did something and people benefited from it. So we don't get paid, though, for it.
I knew that. I just wanted to make sure other people knew that, because one thing I found coming to Canada, which I haven't found in the UK or in Nigeria, is the Canadians, the spirit here is quite giving. So even with the NCAS, so that's the Nigerian Canadian Association of Saskatoon, you will see the president come in and be roasting corn and roasting hot dogs for the children. I mean, Nigerian presidents don't do this. And then now you guys, you're the president of CANPAD and your EXCO. I know your EXCO members personally, and obviously I know you as well. And I see you guys putting all this work. And I just wanted to highlight the fact that there are Nigerians who are not in it for what they're going to get out of it, and who are just there to support other people. And I think those people should be lauded. And I think it's obviously laudable work that they are doing, which is why I wanted to promote it on my channel, because I also want to be someone that's helping people and just doing my bits to make other people do well, other people shine. And so I cannot even stop thanking you and stop, clapping for you guys. But for the sake of the interview not being too long, I'm going to leave you with anything else. You just have the floor. What else would you like to talk about concerning CANPAD? And we're also going to put the description for in the description, I'm going to put the link to the CANPAD website. And I know CANPAD now has their own social media person as well. But no one does it well like me, I have to say, because I'm a doctor. So I think that's the difference, because I can sort of enter into the doctor and come out of that and enter into the social media thing. So I'm plugging myself a little bit here, but all in good spirits. But I think when someone is doing something well, if you can't do it, at least you can clap for them. You can say, well done. You can give them a pat on the back. And so, but Dr. Itua, we'll leave you to just say a few words about what else, anything else you want to mention, any burning things that CANPAD is doing, how we can help with our doctors, not just standing up once a year to come and dance and eat and make merry and do our CMEs. Is there anything that we can do as well to help?
Yeah, one of the things we really want to know is about what you exactly are doing right now. We want to support programs that doctors are doing. If you have an NGO, you have a passion, there's something you are doing, CANPAD wants to support it. We want to promote it on our website. We want to promote it to our members. We want them to know that CANPAD is not just about the organization. It's also about the work and the effort that members are doing in their own little way. I want to promote it, whether an article or a video, anything. So we definitely will promote, your program. And over and above that, also, we are working with other organizations, so collaborating with them, networking with them in terms of finances for IMGs, creating the ladies forum for our female doctors, setting up a medical student enrollment scheme where we educate people about how to get their kids into medical school. The youth forum is also being developed, and of course, working with diaspora organizations. So there are so many things, and what we hope is that we get more doctors volunteer to assist the ESCO. There's a lot of work to do, And the more hands we have on deck, the better for CANPAD to advance, the programs that it has.
Wow, I think that's good. I mean, anytime I go to CANPAD, I always leave very inspired. And I think this has also been an inspiring meeting for me. And I'm thinking, oh, how can I do on my own neck of the woods when I'm around? What can I do as well? And so I will definitely, if you need me, you know where I am. You have my number, quite literally. And so I'm just going to say thank you to Dr. Itua for taking time out of his busy schedule to fit me in. Though I did claim old girl privileges, I have to say, for the sake of full disclosure,
it's allowed.
Exactly, you're going to be on my show. And so I want to say thanks to everyone who's listening, who's going to listen later, who's going to watch, and who's going to subscribe to support the channel as well. And I want to say, as we leave, I have to say I'll tell you a quick story. So I met your predecessors and his wife at a party last weekend. I think it was last Sunday, yes. And then this is Justina Ndukuba. So she said to me, oh, are you the one who's always posting about CANPAD? Please keep posting, please keep posting. And she subscribed. So Justina, you're number 350 on my subscription list. Thank you so much. So follow her example, like, share, subscribe, support CANPAD, do whatever you're doing in your own neck of the woods and do it well. God bless you all. Thank you for listening.
Thank you. Have a good day.
That I've gotta make a change. I don't care if I break, at least I'll be feeling something. Just okay, it's not enough. Help me fight through another